Good afternoon and welcome back to my photography channel. We're going to dive straight into the subject today of SD cards and the importance of choosing the right card for your camera and your photography needs. So if we look at the card's capacity, you need to really assess the volume of photos that you typically capture and during a shoot. So consider the resolution, the file size. Do you shoot in RAW or JPEG? Because that will make a difference. Personally, I shoot in RAW because I've got much more control over the image when I go to edit it afterwards. If you've already used it in JPEG, there's not a lot you can do afterwards, just a few tweaks. So I need a lot of SD card space so that I can shoot and use the right card, knowing that it's going to suit my image quality, resolution and the raw needs, which is I need a lot of space. At a wedding, typically I'll fill up a 128 gig SD card, Sony SDG tough card, because of the raw images that I shoot, maybe two. So choose the appropriate size card as well for your needs. So typically they come in 16 gig, 32 gig and 64 gig. I've got a 128 gig actually, and they go higher as well. Then you want to look at your card speeds, the read and write speeds for your SD card. With fast read and write speeds, this allows for a smoother transition when you're an efficient data transfer when you're transferring the data over. And this is really important if you're going to shoot, like do burst shoots, which is multiple images taken over a very quick period of time. You can set your camera to multi-burst, or you are capturing high resolution images. The class ratings on the cards are classified by speed ratings such as class 10, UHS 1, UHS 2, UHS 3. The higher the class rating indicates the faster the data transfer. So again, always select your card with the higher class ratings for optimal performance. Then you want to look at your card type. So you have SDHC and SDXC. So secure digital high capacity for your SDHC cards typically have capacities up to 32 gigabyte, whereas your secure digital extended capacity offers larger capacity, so as such as 64 gig and above. So always ensure that your camera is compatible with the type of card you choose, and your camera's manual, or some research on Google as to what camera you've got and which card is suitable for your particular brand of camera is always a great idea. I've got a Sony camera, and as I mentioned, I use a Sony G tough card, and that's the one that's recommended. And I've had no issues. Then you want to look at the speed of the card. So UHS 1 versus UHS 2. UHS 1, the ultra high speed, is sufficient for most photography needs, whereas the UHS 2, it provides even faster transfer speeds, but you may require the right camera for the utilization of it. So again, check. Then you want to look at the brand and the reliability. So if you stick with reputable brands like SanDisk, Lexa, Kingston, you can't really go wrong. I've gone with Sony. I've got a Sony camera, it just makes sense to me. Maybe you want to look at warranty and customer support as well, if in case there are any issues with it. I have had an SD card fail on me about, I think it was about 4 months ago at a 50th birthday party. I knew I had my backup, so I quickly changed it over, and that allowed very little time to freak out and start panicking that your only card is corrupted, and it does happen. And then you want to look for your backup and organisation. So obviously having multiple cards gives you enough storage and backup, and then as soon as you get home or wherever it is you're staying, get those images off that card and onto your chosen backup solution. I've got 2 backup discs, hard drive discs, which attach externally to my computer, and also I back up into the cloud. Recently, it was about 2 years ago actually, I had both of my storage devices, my external storage backup devices, fail on the same day and lost a lot of photos. So obviously learnt the hard way, and now it's always 2 external hard drives, different manufacturer from the ones that failed, and back up into the cloud. But again, you'll find your own way of working things out, and you know, the more backup you've got, the better. So that was all about choosing the right SD card for your photography needs. Subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you for taking the time to watch the content, and I'll be back very soon with some more photography basics for you to get you up and running before we start looking at how we're going to take the pictures. Okay, have a great afternoon. Bye.